Level 3, Key Cabin. Hello everybody, Liddy Garrett here, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Today, we are entering Key Cavern, which is actually one of my more favorite dungeons in the game. Because, I'm just gonna let you guys listen to the music for a second. So, starting up now. This dungeon has one of the best dungeon music in the game. It really gives that creepy feeling that I think that they were going for with this dungeon, because that beginning area, that beginning hallway is really small, so it's bound to have made Link feel a little bit claustrophobic. And the dungeon music has that unsettling feeling that I really do like when they do, because let's face it, this game is a little bit more lighthearted than most Zelda. Well, the Zelda series in general is lighthearted, but it really does give that unsettling feeling of being in a tight room, being in a tight space. This dungeon, let me just say, there's a lot of keys in this dungeon. There's actually more keys than you need, believe it or not. There's one more key than you need in this dungeon. I have no idea why they did that, but I'll be pointing that out when we get to it. But as for now, we have to defeat these things to get another key. This dungeon is actually one of my more favorites, mostly because of the music and how unsettling it can feel at times. Um, and it's actually a pretty... Uh, the first dungeon, it was really more made to just show off what the dungeons are going to be like in this game. And the second one gave it a little bit more of a challenge. And whereas this one, it gets a little bit more difficult because because there are more challenging enemies and more difficult puzzles. The difficulty is going to get progressively harder throughout the game, like most video games. But I really do like how they were able to balance out the difficulty with with this game. So yeah, these choo-choos, they are going to try to eat our flesh. Not really, they're just uh, green jelly things. I always thought that they looked a lot like jelly bubbles, and I have absolutely no idea why. um, Me and my sisters always called them jelly dudes, but now we know their official name, and I like their official name more because, well, it's Choo Choo, and it makes it sound funny. It makes it sound like a train. I know I pointed this out. I know I talked about this on my Doors Mask Let's Play, but whenever I say Choo Choo, my sister Cordy will always say swallow, and it's one of the funniest things ever. There's some more Choo Choos right here, and when we defeat all of them, we would get a key. You might be wondering why we need so many keys. Basically, most of these rooms are locked. There are 4 keys that we need to get to the end of this, to get to the ending of this dungeon. We have to go left first. Well, we don't have to. We can pretty much do this in any order we want. So yeah, and those enemies right there, the best strategy against them is to use a bomb. But what I like to do is, but another good strategy against them is to run up towards them with your sword with a spin attack charged, run towards them, and then run quickly to where they're going to teleport to. They always teleport in the same areas, unless of course you hit them or something, because they'll bounce away. Those red bomb things, there's actually 2 of them. There's 2 types of them, the red and the green one. I'm not quite sure if there was a difference, and if so, I'm not quite sure how you could tell the difference in the original game because it was in black and white. I'll talk about them in a moment. But to defeat the black monster with a hard cell, feed him with something explosive. I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos! Yeah, that game is terrible. Yeah, 50 rubies, very nice. If you don't know what I'm talking, if you don't understand that reference, the bombing Dodongo reference, actually a reference to the Zelda CDI games, which I myself have never played, but I'm really glad that I've never played them because they just look really terrible. And these enemies right here, this is not the only time we'll see them. We will be seeing them multiple times throughout this game. You want to have at least 6 bombs on you, but it's a good idea to have some extras just in case one of them misses. Yeah, you have to feed them the bombs, like the owl statue said. It can be a little bit tricky because they will keep moving, so it's best to keep them in a corner or to run directly up towards them and run towards them and place a bomb right in front of them, although you will likely take damage from this. But now we get the Pegasus Boots. Most of the 2D Zelda games, at least the ones I can remember, have this item. This is my personal favorite, Pegasus Boots, because you have a lot more control over where you can go. The Pegasus Boots is a really awesome power-up item thing, because you get multiple combinations with it, which I will be showing in a couple minutes. After I defeat these red choo-choos, because they are getting on my nerves. Haha, stupid choo-choo. You thought you could defeat me? Nay! So now we have to go back to the beginning of the dungeon. Well, we don't have to, but I recommend it because there's actually something in this room that we can do. We have to defeat this blueberry thing of death. He still looks like a blueberry, and I've just noticed that most of the nicknames that I've given these characters, most of them have something to do with food, and I don't know why. The bracelet looks like a croissant, this thing looks like a blueberry. So yeah, as you see right there, you have your Pegasus boots and your sword equipped. At the same time, Link will stick out his sword and will stab things as he runs along, which is pretty cool. He is able to do this in A Link to the Past. I'm not quite sure about the Oracle games because I haven't gotten that far yet, nor do I know if that's the case for the Minutes Cap. So just keep that in mind if you're playing any of those games. And if you are, I don't know why you're looking up a walkthrough for Link's Awakening, because this is a completely different game. There's actually another thing that we could do in right here, because there's a because if you defeat all the enemies in this room, including the red choo-choos that was in the left hallway, then you will get a treasure chest, which will get you a lot of rubies. And you're going to want to get as many rubies as you can. I know at this point you should already have the shovel, but it's a good idea to get as many rubies as you can, so that we can get another item, which is equally awesome, if not more awesome. Um, Die, Juju! Poke suspicious parts of the wall with your sword and listen to the sound it makes. The floor design couldn't possibly be indicating something on this wall. It did. Now these green bombs are right here. I'm not quite sure how you could tell I don't remember exactly how you could tell the difference between this enemy and the red bombs in the original game because that game was in black and white. But these ones, they will follow you everywhere every time you attack them. The red bombs are the exact opposite, where they'll bounce off the walls if you hit them. Those ones can be a little bit annoying. I'm actually not entirely. I don't actually remember if we're gonna see those enemies again. I don't think we will, but I may be wrong about that. Um, those enemies right there can be a little bit annoying because they will respawn every single time you go into the room. There's a bombable wall right here, which we can blow up because it's bombable. That's why it's bombable. And as per usual, make sure you have potions before you come into this place, like I did in the middle of recordings. Because if I hadn't, I would have died right there. Because I am a moron. After we destroy these cauldron pot things, we get a fairy right there, which is pretty handy because considering the fact we had to fight a lot of enemies and most of them are explosive. Explosions are not fun. Mythbusters lies. So as I said a moment ago, these bomb dudes, they will follow you, they will respawn every time you enter the room, which can get really, really annoying. And now I'm about to solve the other Pegasus boot, uh, the other Pegasus combination. If you have the feather equipped at the same time, you can make long jumps, which is really awesome. And now we get the Nightmare Key. Now you can open the door to the Nightmare Slayer. In between those lights right there is another bombable wall, so just keep that in mind. There's kind of no point for us using it right now, but whatever, I might as well sew it off. And we need 4 keys to get into the next area. Oh no, the red thwomp! I'm not entirely sure if these enemies are called thwomps. Now, what we get to do right here is we get to do a super long jump. Whoa, I almost didn't make it. That was awesome. I'm glad I got that on recording. And there are piranha plants right there that would try to eat your face, because they are not nice at all. They are very, very rude. If you do not have the sword equipped with the Pegasus boots, then your life is just going to be that much more difficult, because these enemies can be a little bit trickier to defeat with all these green stones right here. And let's probably talk about these green stones. These green stones will you can only defeat them. We can only destroy them with the Pegasus boots. And in here is the last key in the dungeon that we absolutely do not need. I am not kidding. We really do not need this key. I don't know why it's here. Neener, neener, you can't find me. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Let's run into the walls. It worked. So, yeah, the longer you wait, the more choo-choos will appear, but what we want to do is that we want to use the Pegasus boots to ram into him. Just be careful, because if you're pretty careless, then you will take damage, and this thing deals a lot of damage, especially in the second phase of the fight. So you also want to have pretty good aim, because you want to have the Pegasus boots aligned right in between the 2 eyeballs to get them to separate, which is the main goal for what we want to do in the first phase of the boss battle. Now that we've done that, we want to switch out the Pegasus boots. We want to switch that with a feather. Be very careful, because if you're still on the ground when they land, then you will be stunned, and these eyeballs do a lot of damage, as you saw right there. Now that we've defeated the first one, it's time to destroy the second one. Hopefully I can do this because I only have one unit of health. I defeated him! Yes! With 1 unit of health left, I defeated him! Unintentional Majora's Mask reference, but I don't care. I defeated him with 1 unit of health! Clap for joy. And with that, we're gonna end this video off here. So, thank you guys for watching this video of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and until next time, later Peter to you! Waterfall. It is hidden in the waterfall.